honestly, Capcom is going all in when it comes to the Switch 2. Like, they're not playing around at all. Capcom just opened up their pre-orders for Resident Evil 9, showed off some collector's editions and a lot of good stuff. Honestly, I'm just gonna go through them really quickly because I'm getting pretty excited to play this game. So they announced the RE9 Switch 2 Pro controller coming out same day as the game. It looks like just a regular Switch 2 Pro controller with like some, you know, like a newspaper font-esque in the background, kind of tinted on, you know, Resident Evil up at the top. It's nothing crazy, but it does look pretty cool. It looks like it's just that faceplate that's kind of on top that seems to be what they're going to be removing and placing on with this different cover, which is pretty cool. I think I saw some videos of people taking that faceplate off of their Switch 2 Pro controller and being able to pop it back on pretty easily. So it looks like they were right. You will probably be able to just start removing those faceplates and like popping on your own perhaps, but I don't know, we'll see. Nothing crazy, but it does look pretty cool. I'm glad that they're doing this. The part that I'm the most interested in, honestly, is this Resident Evil amiibo. This is going to be the very first amiibo from the Resident Evil series, and it's going to be the main character Grace, which will come out summer 2026, so a couple months after the game releases. You know, but people are probably going to fight over that one. Like, even if it's 40-50 bucks, I would probably drop that. If I pick up the game and I really enjoy it and then I fuck with Grace as the character and all that stuff, I'll probably pick up the amiibo, or at least I'll try to, especially if it looks good. There's no visual for it just yet, which is you know, but it's, you know, just under a year out, so I guess they're just not done yet. I feel like they should have some idea of what it looks like, even if it's just a 3D render. I don't know, but we'll see what that looks like. Hopefully it does turn out looking good, you know, nice and high quality. People are going to be looking forward to that. There's a Grace outfit for Fortnite when you buy it too. I don't really care about that. But another thing that they showed, which also looks really dope, the Resident Evil Generation Pack, the 30th anniversary, which looks great. A beautiful box art, comes with all 3 games. Just a triple pack of Resident Evil 7, 8, and 9. And I guess this kind of explains why they didn't release these other versions of the game earlier. I guess they could have even done a digital download and done this later, but I think they really wanted to release them all together in this one generation pack to where you can get all 3 games at the same time, have a, you know, quote unquote physical version. I know people are mad that it's a key card, and you know, I wish it was a real physical too, guys, but whatever. I still think it's worth it. Definitely going to try to pick this up because I would love to play RE8 and RE9, and if I have those 2, I might as well try 7 as well. So like I said, Capcom's really going all in. Like, they're not pulling no punches. They're pushing this Switch 2 version like it's just as big, if not bigger, than any other version. Like, they are very much supporting Nintendo and Switch 2 with their flagship RE title, RE7 and RE8 as well in this triple pack. And on top of that, having the amiibo, having the custom controller. The game's going to be $70, but it is releasing at the same day and date. And remember, from the gameplay that we were seeing from some of those earlier game shows from this year, it looks and runs very nicely on Switch 2. Frame rate wise, visually, it wasn't perfect, but it was definitely higher than what most people's expectations were for this title. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. Can't wait to get my hands on that February 27th. This is just really good to see. You know, the Xbox brand is very much on the decline. PlayStation is there, but Capcom knows that they need another platform to put their games on, another popular platform where people are actually going to pay money to play games. And I think that they know that the Switch 2, especially in Japan with their titles, are going to do very well over there. And I think being able to support it early and having a high quality version of your flagship Resident Evil game is an extremely bold move, but a very smart one that I feel is definitely going to pay off for them when it's all said and done. They're going to definitely make some good bread off of this. They're putting their best foot forward. They're not slacking with this port. They're making sure it's as high quality as possible and making sure that Switch owners get a very solid and a very high quality version of the same game as all the other platforms. And I think this is just a really good sign moving forward. I think other Japanese developers and publishers specifically will follow suit eventually, sooner rather than later. Koei Tecmo is definitely another one that's very much backing the Switch 2 early, and I think we can definitely expect some more games from Capcom down the line, especially if this does well. And I've mentioned this game before on the channel, but Pragmata, I'm really looking at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm checking for that game. I'm looking for that Pragmata announcement sometime next year for Switch 2, hopefully. I think that game could definitely run on the system. It's the same RE engine as Resident Evil. Capcom has clearly gotten extensive experience now porting 3 Resident Evil titles over to the Switch 2 and doing it with relative ease. With what they've said about the porting process, getting these games, getting that engine on Switch 2, they've had multiple titles. These RE games, Konitsugami, they've got plenty of experience and they've had dev kits very early on. So I definitely think a Pragmata port is on the way. Hopefully next year we can get an announcement for it. Really good looks on Capcom stepping up and making sure to support the Switch 2. I'm gonna make sure I pick up these games when they drop. Can't wait for that. Let me know what you guys think about this. You picking up the controller, how you feel about the amiibo. You know, we'll have to see what that looks like, but what about the triple pack? Are you picking that up or just, you know, Resident Evil 9 by itself? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.